Righto, welcome to This Week in Downhill. Yeah, this will be the last one for the year, which is exciting. If you don't know what these videos are, basically just go through things that have happened in the last week or so in the downhill skateboarding scene. Yeah, talk about gear, companies, videos, stuff that's happened in the community, all that good stuff. Everything I talk about, I'll have links to below in the description. And as always, if I've missed something, if there was something you saw that you thought was worth mentioning, chuck it in the comments. And over the next week or so, if you see other things, feel free to reach out with them as ideas to include in the video. But yeah, let's get into it. Starting with videos in the last week or so, there were heaps of videos that I saw. So I'm going to share some of the ones that I don't know, thought were most notable or like caught my eye the best. But there was, for some reason, it's been 2 weeks now, there were just heaps of videos. First one I wanted to talk about, probably the biggest one, was a short film called The Perfect Line. It's yeah, just a downhill skateboarding film based around Owen Fox over in California. Just sort of like, yeah, I guess like a mini documentary type short film. It's just him talking about downhill skateboarding, what it means to him, and that kind of stuff, with alongside like just really high quality filming clips. It's actually a really, really good watch. If you haven't already seen it somehow, definitely go check that one out. Really just like a cool thing of, you know, showing the sport to people who are non-skaters. This is the kind of video that I think people who have no idea about downhill skating will appreciate. Yeah, just a really good watch, really high quality, and go check it out. Harry Clark dropped a raw run of him skating in Thailand. It's just a really heavy, fast road, and he just dominates it. Really showing why he's like, you know, top of the table for world rankings. And yeah, just a really, really good raw run, fast, heavy, pretty cool. S1 Helmets put a raw run up of Lars Troutwine skating in Portugal. Just a really enjoyable run as well. Lars is a really good skater. The Portugal scenery is really cool. Seems to be a lot of skating in Portugal the last few years. Yeah, check that one out as well. I saw a video called Quantum's Skate Lab by Quantum's Collective. I think I've seen a couple of their videos before, but it's sort of just like a video going through like their kind of skate crew scene, like the day-to-day type stuff. It's not a specific edit for a specific reason. It's just sort of a bit more of a fun B-roll, behind-the-scenes type edit. And yeah, just really cool to see some like more skate media in Europe. I found myself like, I think it's just because I live here in the States, most of the skate media that I tend to see is from American skaters. And so I end up only really seeing videos from back home in New Zealand and then here in America. And I've been trying to just broaden my horizons and watch more stuff from Europe by Europeans. You know, you often see like the top skaters from America go on Euro Tour, and then you see all them skating the European runs, but you don't as often see like European skaters and their channels and what they get up to. So that was really cool. And yeah, if you haven't heard of them before, Quantum Collective on YouTube, they have so many good videos, just a bunch of cool dudes skating in Europe. I think they're based in Barcelona in Spain. But yeah, that was really enjoyable, and just like the channel in general has so much stuff on there. They post really frequently too, so go and check them out. Abuga got a Vibride breakboard and has done a review. He posted on Downhill 254 a raw run with the board, and then he also posted on his other channel like an in-depth review of the breakboard. This was really interesting. We talked about the Vibride breakboard a few months back. Yeah, he basically said like the brakes are not that good, and if you're a downhill skater, it's just not really what you want. But that it's kind of fun to muck around with, and if you're more of a cruisy type person, you might enjoy having fun on mellow hills anyway. But yeah, definitely go check out that in-depth review. It was really interesting to see like the breakboard from a downhill skater's perspective, because all the advertising is like street skaters trying it, and they're all like, whoa, this is crazy. But then to see a Booger hop on it and go down a real road and just be like, yeah, the brakes didn't really work, it's kind of like, okay, that's interesting. So it just adds more to the general conversation that's been had about this board. So yeah, go check that one out. Get That posted a podcast, which is a little bit different to their normal podcast. Normally they're sitting down in Jack's place, like having a conversation in Australia with people who happen to be in the area at the time. So it's normally Australian skaters, or if there's other people in town for whatever reason. This one was really cool because they're actually at the Rocket warehouse in Switzerland, and he sat down with the guy who runs Rocket, and they just had a long conversation about the company, about the history of Rocket, about his personal story of skating and how he got to where he is now running Rocket skateboards. And yeah, just a really cool podcast. Is just get a bit more information and behind the scenes of rocket longboards and how they've gotten to where they are today, which was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was something a little bit different. But yeah, definitely go check that one out, especially if you're a fan of the rocket longboards. Like, it's just cool to see the guy behind the product. Yeah, check that one out. Get that on YouTube. Another podcast was 35 All Grip. Posted a podcast of them going through like sort of the highlights from 2023, sort of just the end of the year, checking out what they thought were the best skate videos from this year. So yeah, that's a good one. Go and watch that if you want to see more skate videos you might have missed this year, or you just want to see what they thought were the best things, then check out that one. Back home in New Zealand, Jake has put together an edit from boys skating at Viddys. Viddys was like actually pretty local to me where I lived. I think it was like a 10-minute drive from my parents' place. Yeah, just a really high quality edit. It's really cool. He's got a combination of follow film and static shots and B-roll. That guy kills it with the editing. So yeah, if you want to go check out some New Zealand scenery, some of the boys from New Zealand skating, it's a really good watch. The last video I wanted to talk about was Daniel Mayer posted a run of him skating fire-ins in Tennessee, and it is just amazing. Like the way he takes the main corner of fire-ins, if you don't know the road, it's kind of like a well-known road down south. He just takes the most awesome line through it. I actually screen recorded it, and I'm going to put it in here because it's just so sick. Like if you haven't been to the road, it's very steep. The corner is it's not super crazy, but it's not an easy corner. You know, it's a straight into a left, straight into a right hairpin, and he just does the sick 360 right through the middle of it and makes it look like it's nothing. So shout out to Daniel. He shreds hard, and this clip is so sick. I had to screen record it to put it in because it's just way too cool. But yeah, shout out to Daniel. Alrighty, in event-related news, the only thing I've got really is Dirt Farm Freeride registration opens on Christmas. That's going to be for the event in early 2024. So if you didn't make it last year, definitely consider it. It was an awesome event. If you went last year, you know how much fun it was, even in the cold and rain. So yeah, registration opens on Christmas. In sort of community-related news, the only thing I had to talk about was Scott from Muirskate. Is in the Philippines and just living his best life, and it was really cool to see Muirskate posted a little edit of him skating in the Philippines. And I don't know, I don't know a whole lot about the whole Muirskate motion board shop, the whatever they're doing kind of stuff, but Scott's always been a bit of a legend in the downhill skate scene, goes by El Bisto. Yeah, he's the one who started and ran Muirskate for many years, and yeah, it's just cool to see him out skating again and just seeing some stuff from him online, because I haven't heard much about him in the past few years. Yeah, so cool to see the El Bisto back on the road. Alright, in company gear related news, Rocket Longboards has beanies, which is cool, just in time for the winter as it's getting cold. I'm already wearing a beanie. So yeah, if you're buying a rocket board anytime soon, feel free to chuck in a beanie in there. They look pretty cool. Yeah, just thought I'd include that. Cast Rogues, I guess, are now available. I hadn't seen anything on their page being posted about them now being live and you can buy them, but Full Circle Distribution has posted that they have them for sale. So if you want to try the Cast Rogues, I guess they're now available, which is pretty sick. And Powell Peralta DH posted that they have brand new wheels coming soon, which is pretty exciting. They look actually pretty good. They got Powell Peralta Primos. They sort of look in between a snake and a Kevin Reimer wheel. They have that sort of square shape to them, but it's still like a freeride kind of wheel. Like they're not as wide or big and square-lipped as a Kevin Reimer, just by the looks of them. But they're also not like a small round lip freeride wheel. They kind of look in the middle. So I think that they look good to me. You know, you have to have a bit more grip than a snake, but a bit more slip than a Kevin Reimer shape-wise. Could be really nice. So I guess we just have to stay tuned to see what happens with that in the near future. And the very last thing I wanted to mention was that Meat Bicycle Skate Co. has started posting again on Instagram that they're obviously making some more boards right now. So that's really cool. If you don't know about Meat Bike, they're just like a small, it's just the one guy, Zach, who runs it down in Pennsylvania. So yeah, he's made boards for years and years at this point, but I don't know, you haven't seen as much from him lately, so it's cool to see him saying like, I'm back and I'm making some downhill boards. So yeah, if you haven't even heard of Meat Bicycle, go check them out on Instagram, see what they're making. I think he sort of makes like small drops of a board here and there. yeah, go check it out on Instagram. He's a cool dude, and he's doing a cool thing with some very unique styled skateboards. But yeah, that was this week in downhill, and that concludes us for 2023, which is exciting. Hope everyone has a great Christmas and New Year's time. I'm gonna try and get in and make some more videos to post into the new year, and I plan on continuing TWID next year. It's been really fun, had really great feedback. And yeah, as always, everything I talked about will be in the description below, so you can check it out if you want to know further. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, consider subscribing if you haven't already. We'll see you in the new year.